Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Like the last time when Poggett was the focus, the most vocal objections to the draft SEIS this time revolve around the location of the proposed firing range complex just north of Northwest Field on Anderson Air Force Base. Saturday afternoon at Ukuru High School, JIGPO Director Joe Ludovici in from Washington and Marine Corps Pacific Executive Director Craig Welton from Honolulu fielded questions about the firing range complex and its impact. Access to the refuge, the key question. And Ludovici pointed out that 50 to 60% of the refuge is already closed to the public, reserved as a wildlife refuge.
So the other 40 to 43% is currently available to the public. Of the total area that is, I think the area that would be intermittently impacted by the firing range, one of the firing ranges, the machine gun range, would impact the one that is currently not impacted, is about 12% of the overall refuge. So that is absolutely correct. At no time would it close the entire refuge.
The proposed firing ranges on the plateau above require a surface danger zone that would extend over portions of the refuge. Most of that surface danger zone would lie over the closed part of the refuge. Ludovici said only 12%, the area in yellow, would extend over the publicly accessible part of the refuge, and then only when the machine gun firing range was in use.
The area that would 365 days a year would still be available is 100 plus acres, plus about 3/4 of a mile of beachfront would still be available, independent of the firing range area and independent of the area that's currently closed off to the public.
So at no time would the entire refuge be closed to the public?
We are planning to use the range complex 39 weeks of the year. That accounts for 13 weeks for range maintenance, holidays, weather, things like that. So approximately 39 weeks a year, a portion of this range complex would be what we call hot. Not all the ranges, and typically not an entire day. Usually we'll come out for a portion of the day, we'll train, we'll go back and do something else. The ranges go cold again.
Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel Byron Swanson said the machine gun firing range complex would not be in use for the entire 39 weeks. Any time would the entire refuge be closed off to the public?
Not at all. Route 3 Alpha remains open to get down there. This portion will always be available. This yellow portion will be available when the range is not in operation, specifically this far left range, which is the multi-purpose machine gun range. You asked me how often. You know, that is there are certain variables to that, how much training needs to be accomplished and stuff like that, but it is not the full 39 weeks of the year. It's not what has been misconstrued to this point.
The other key question is, what would the impact be on the cultural sites? How many would be affected? Would they be threatened? How often would access be restricted to them?
I believe the only significant impact would be access to the sites. And I don't know how significant, but I don't think it would disturb the sites. Particularly, there's a whole area you asked me about that's not available anyway. Then there's that 12%. I understand that in the 100 acres that is still available and would remain available to the public, there's like 3 caves, and there's a number of other areas that might be part of the village that would be available even when we're firing. Another part, I'm told there's 1 cave, and I don't know how many other stuff. So I think it's only limited access during a period, but I don't think it would be damaged at all by the surface danger zone.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.